What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another Road to Glory video. We are starting our day in Rivals, and I've got a bit of belly aching to do today. If you don't know what that means, basically just means moaning. But before we get to that, guys, if you've been enjoying the content, feel free to leave a like on the video. It'd be much appreciado. And of course, if you are new here, feel free to subscribe. Love those power shots now, guys. Love those power shots. Before we get into the belly aching, I've got some comments from yesterday's video, of course. Tim is the first person with a comment, and Tim says, I think most people watch you because of you. Stop it. Not the game or the title and stuff. Remember the vids from FIFA 19 League SBCs where you talked for like 2 hours straight, and even BPM was good to watch. Wasn't it just? I genuinely miss those days. I'm like, and maybe those days are still here, and I just don't do it. It's me. It's not you, isn't it? It's me. Because I can absolutely, lovely goal. No, just kidding. I can absolutely waffle for hours and hours and hours and hours. One thing that gets lost sometimes, from my perspective, though, is I can't remember what I said, when, and where. And I don't mean that in a negative manner of like oh, I've got to be careful who I tell what to. I just sit there and I think, sometimes I'll start talking about something in a video and I'm like, oh, did I already talk about this in yesterday's video? Or was it yesterday's stream? Or was it to Josh? Or was it to my wife? I can't remember. And so when the way it used to be, all I had was one Road to Glory. So there's one place for the waffling. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I am literally just waffling now anyway. He says, not many people can make those things enjoyable. That's why I'm here, and most probably too, not because some icon you've packed and put in the title, as other people would have to do. This is a top comment, by the way, so thank you guys, right? Think you would be a great pundit for the Premier League if you weren't so biased for Arsenal. I actually think I am one of the least biased Arsenal fans ever. Everyone's biased towards their team to a point. You have to be. It's why you support them. But I think I'm very fair when it comes to Arsenal. You might disagree. I don't know if I'd like to be a pundit, but I definitely want to move into podcasts going forwards. I just don't know what I want to podcast about. Maybe that would be the part. Maybe that would be the focus of the podcast, is that it wouldn't have any continuity, and that in itself would be why it's good. I don't know. The next comment is from Alonzi. He says, I don't comment often, but I just wanted to say that as a new dad and full-time content creator myself, congratulations on the segs, brother. Well done. And congrats on the 80,000 subscribers as well, my man. That are really related to you speaking on your personal situations and talking about in a realistic manner, which was a real breath of fresh air. I appreciate a lot the rest of the comment, but I don't want to self-indulge in your moment. So congrats, man, on the kid, and congrats on the full-time content creation, man. It's brave and it's bold, and it can take you places that you didn't know existed, and it gives you so many highs and lows, man. Honestly, like there's so many good things that come from it, and as I'm sure with a large audience yourself, you know, there's a lot of like negatives that can come with it that don't get a spotlight shone on them. And because they don't get a spotlight shone on them, by the way, how has Jesus missed that open goal that I ended up conceding off the counter attack from? Because people don't shine a spotlight on them, because it's almost like seen as like not unprofessional, but if somebody in a favorable situation in many regards is talking about an unfavorable situation of their own life, what a tackle, by the way, just kidding. The whole like whataboutisms come. Oh, what about the people that were worse off than you? And it just stops people that are in a fortunate position from talking about anything really. Like their personality dies because they're you know, I've felt this a few times over the years, but I feel like I have to lose who I am so that people don't think that I'm something else. And the hilarious great interception, by the way, just kidding. Oh, red time shot, no drama. Oh, penalty for no reason. You almost have to, as you're on a come up, people love you for you, and it's what gets you your kind of like audience and your progression. But when you get up, you are then expected to act a certain way, and there isn't a line in the sand as to when that is. It's not like this many subs or this much earnings or this much popularity. It's just a general trend and change. And the irony is when you get to that stage where people then become expectant of you to act or behave or talk or be a certain way, You actually have to change who you are to make it seem like you are who you are. That would be a really interesting discussion for a podcast, to actually talk to someone or a couple of people who are at like maybe different stages of their careers. Maybe somebody who's on a real big meteoric rise, somebody who's at the top, and somebody who's maybe like been at the top and come over the hill a little bit. That could be a really interesting roundtable, couldn't it? But anyway, thanks for the comment, Alonzi. I appreciate it, man. Balotelli says, this series has made me change away from the meta and do my own themed RTG. Props to you, Net. Been fan for over 10 years. So thanks for the long-term support, man. I genuinely appreciate it. One of the things about today is I felt like I was playing really good football. And I know we've got Howard in goal. And I'm going to keep Howard in goal because the truth is David Raya is terrible. Howard's nice and tall. He's nice and big. And like... It's really, really noticeable this year, and it was last year as well, thanks to Playstyle Pluses. But having a good goalkeeper is really noticeable. And when I can afford Petr, I'm going to buy Petr because I need him, right? We can't be using these low-rated goalkeepers against strikers that have got finesse shot plus, power shot plus, high-rated stats, etc., etc. But yeah, I really, really, really like playing with the team that I've got, because I love Arsenal and it feels good at the moment. What I found from last year, though, and what you guys experienced with me a lot through the RTG changing very consistently, which is why we're not an Arsenal-only RTG or whatever right now. We're just an RTG, right, where I'm using Arsenal players a lot. What I found last year a lot was it does get a bit boring. And one of the things I really like to do is try new players. For example, that Darwin Nunez, I really want to try him. I just don't have the fodder for him. So, yeah, there's also like that Darmian, Politano, and DeMarco trio. I really wouldn't mind trying them. I think it'd be a lot of fun to try those players. So we might in the coming days. And then the last comment before a bit of belly aching from me, guys, is which actually I don't think we're going to get to because time is running out again. Edward says, thank God for those Ballon d'Or cards are gone. They just showed how broken and pay to win the game is. I couldn't buy a win in D3 today, and then after 6 p.m, I battered everyone to get my 15 wins. Don't need 15 wins anymore. They reduced the amount of wins necessary, but the point stands, right? Weekend League was my worst ever finish this year as well. They just allow bang average players to get wins easier by speed boosting every 5 seconds and shooting from anywhere and everywhere. I hope EA never do anything like this again because it honestly ruined the game for me for the last 4 days. There's a lot to digest there. The biggest thing for me, the reason why I wanted to talk about this video is because I will push back massively and fight you in fake life about this game being pay to win. I think the term of pay to win is just being misguided. Pay to win for me is, for example, if you are stuck on a level on like Candy Crush and you can pay £3 once the level's over to get like 5 more tries. And then once those tries are over, you can pay another £1 to get 10 more tries. And eventually you just get the, 10 more moves, sorry, not tries. And eventually you get to the next level because you've spent money. That is my definition of pay to win. What I think people mean when they say pay to win is the better players perform better in this game and they're expensive. And one of the best ways or one of the quickest ways or easiest ways to obtain those players is through spending money. And I would absolutely agree with that. However, these Ballon d'Or cards for me personally actually showed me it was a really good way to prove a point and talk about something that I've been saying for many, many years. A lot of the series that I used to do back in the day were about taking low-rated gold squads or the untradables, which was one of my favorite all-time series, the untradables, or the discardables, I beg your pardon, not the untradables, the discardables. One of my favorite all-time series, where I used to get a team of 11 discard players, play until their contracts run out, discard them, go and buy them again. I never had to spend money on players because I used the coins from the discard value to constantly rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. And so I just got to build up a coin balance of like 10, 15, 20,000 coins to buy some really good players by using these discard players. And they were all really low rated, 75 rated, right? And you're able to succeed with them. And there's a sort of like understanding of diminishing returns with regards to like, when you're paying 3 million coins for like a superstar striker, you can get somebody not quite as good for 100,000 coins. When you're paying 100,000 coins for that striker, you can get somebody not quite as good for 10,000 coins. When you're paying 10,000 coins, you can get somebody not quite as good for 1,000 coins. But there is obviously a massive difference in terms of like the top striker with the worth the most coins versus the bottom striker worth the least coins. But there is a point in time where the more coins you get, the less output you get. And for me, these cards actually showcase how little value there is in the best and most expensive cards in the game. Because I personally think that people didn't get significantly more wins than normal. In fact, as you say, most people struggled harder and got less wins than normal. And they had those cards in their team as well, right? And so it really goes to show that having the best cards doesn't just make you the best player or doesn't give you a like significant advantage. Being a quality player makes you a quality player, and being able to draw the qualities out of those players is what makes you a good player. And that's why I really like the Arsenal team this year, and why I got really upset with it last year. I'm going to probably talk over a little bit here, so Viper's going to have to just put a screenshot of the team up or something. But last year, one of the biggest problems I had was that I didn't have a couple of really, really meta playstyles, namely Finesse Shot Plus and Aerial Plus. If you didn't have an Aerial Plus striker, centre-back last year, you're just done for. And if you didn't have a Finesse Shot Plus striker, you found it, or a Travella Plus striker, you found it really, really hard to score goals. And I kept complaining and complaining. Oh, I'd be so much better if I had this, if I had that. This year, I love playing with a team, but apart from that, this year, having Power Shot Plus on Gabriel Jesus is so nice. But also having the ability to, like, using precision shooting at the start of the game this year is so nice. I didn't start using precision shooting until about, I want to say about like March or April last year. And then after that precision shooting last year, my results improved massively. This year, using it from the start means I could just have regular finesse shot like I do with Bukayo Saka, and I can still hit finesse shots very consistently because of precision shooting. And this year, when it comes to those Ballon d'Or cards or any top-end cards, yeah, I want to try with new players. I want to experiment with new players. I really want to test out like some players that could be fun to play with. But one of the things that I love the most, and in fact, let me we'll just go back to the RTG screen here, Viper, if you want, rather than you having to put something there. One of the things that I like the absolute most about this team and about working with this team over hundreds and hundreds of games is I really start to understand the nuance of what a player can do and what a player can't do. And for example, with Rodman, the Rodman Ballon d'Or card, I thought she was awful. And it might have been a case of if I just played with her for another 20 or 30 or 40 games, I would have figured out her nuance and been able to get the advantage of it. But one of the things that I love about this team here is the simple fact that, like, look at that. That's a really good return from Bukayo Saka. You know, somebody who's 4-star, 3-star, doesn't have any outstanding attributes or stats, doesn't really have many play styles, but has that finesse shot plus. That finesse shot with inside 4++, which is probably what I should put on him. I should probably make him a right wing and get him there. Knowing the height and the way Havertz operates, the fact that I can score from corners with him, knowing that Jesus has power shot plus, knowing that Saliba has anticipate plus, these things, and being able to know them like instinctively is what really helps me win games. And that might not be true for you. But there's been so many games where I've got players that have certain features, certain functions, you know, whether it be play styles or skill moves and weak foot, and I just don't use it. Like, for example, the Rodman that I had. I was trying to remember who it was. Rodman had Trickster, and the Trickster fake shot is really, really strong. And I didn't even do a fake shot with her one time. And it's like, I didn't do it because I'm playing with her like it's Bukayo Saka. And so when it comes to like the pay to win element or the way people play this game and chop and change players, I do think you will find it really, really hard to enjoy a player or a team if you're constantly swapping them out, opposed to trying to get used to a player and playing to their strengths. And like I say, last year for the Arsenal RTG, it was a really painful one because I felt like the cards fell way behind the power curve and I was getting no luck with evolutions. Whereas this year, one of the biggest benefits we've got is the fact that the Arsenal cards in general are just way higher rated and better. Like Declan Rice is very good. William Saliba is very good. I've got really lucky with Calafiori Evo to the point where he's very fast, lengthy, 6'2", 4-star weak foot, brilliant. This Kieran Tierney Evo is brilliant. Erdegaard's base card is brilliant. Like 2-star weak foot really, really sucks. But look at that. Nearly 200 goal contributions from him in 300 games. That is insane, in my personal opinion. And like he's got ridiculous dribbling, ridiculous passing, okay shooting, and then really poor stats elsewhere. But he's got really good play styles, really good play styles. And it's like when I look at these players, I'm like, I'm actually more in tune now, whilst talking this through with you guys as well. I'm more in tune right now of wanting to only use these Arsenal players and any other Arsenal players that we can get as well throughout the course of the game cycle, including the icons. I still do want Thierry Henry, but I'm more in tune now with those and with these players because EA have changed the way Evos work. And now, for example, if we get an evolution that offers a playstyle plus that, say, Saliba would have fit in if he didn't already have a playstyle plus, now he'll still fit in it. And so I'm really excited to grow this team and build with this team. And if that means I'm an 8 or 9 win player until I get a little power pop with an evolution or a promo card or an icon that I can buy, and if it means I'm kind of like a Division 2 player, do you know what? So be it. So be it. I still do want to try new players. Like I say, there's those 3 Italians that I really want to put into the team for some games tomorrow for qualifiers, just because there's some fun cards that are packed and crafted with the SBCs that would be really fun to play with. But to draw a line under this comment, I had a completely different experience than you with those Ballon d'Or cards, to the point where it made me recognize that they don't make you Superman for having them. They aren't like, if you just had a team full of those players, you're not just an inherently better player. You are the same player with better cards, and that doesn't give you many more wins. It might edge you a win in a game that was really close and competitive. You might get the win instead of getting a draw or loss, but you won't go from like an 8-win player to an 11-win player because you've got a team full of superstars. So the whole pay-to-win thing, I think, is just misconstrued. But anyway, guys, let's get into some live action. Let's submit this though. See if we can get Gabriel Martinelli, man. I don't mind Trossard either, but I'd prefer Gabriel Martinelli. We get a Cardi, Wilson, and Dumfries. So we'll take a Cardi. I'm going to do it again. Just because the SBC, sorry, the evolution expires today. Oh, all for the greater good, right? Just EA, just give me the Arsenal inform, please. Come on. Awful. First thing we're going to do is claim Mr. Nwaneri. He's now finished. I'm actually excited to put this card into the team and play. He's nearly Hullet gang. He's got some good stuff going. But into full power, we are going to put Rafinha. And you know what? That makes him insane, doesn't it? That becomes a ridiculous card now. He has finesse shot, regular, power shot plus. And the other one that we've got, the disruptor. I suppose I could put Dani Olmo in there. Another Barcelona player that's like high rated and actually a decent card. Maybe I should do like Barcelona and Arsenal. Maybe I should do like Barcelona. And then we've got Le Bleu, incisive deep line playmaker and Titans guard, and Ballon d'Or winner Rodri, but that's already taken up. Rafi with power shot plus. Oh, please give me some of that. All right, guys, welcome back to the RTG. Not a lot has happened between now and the last game. I did buy McCabe. I don't know if I showed that before, but I did go and buy Kate McCabe. We did play one game as well. I ended up getting a nice win in Rivals with Nwaneri getting man of the match, which was very good. He came off the bench for me in the second half, got an assist, and got a 9.1 rating, man of the match. And that's cool. I'm really enjoying this team, and I might have touched on it during the beginning point of what we were talking about. But Viper asked me if he wanted to leave the losses in. I think I only lost one game today anyway, and drew one game, maybe drew 2 games. But I said to him, "You're like, be the editor, make me look good. Whatever you choose, just make it look good, right?" And he said he wants to leave it in because he thought I was playing good football. And it's so weird in this game, specifically this game. And I don't mean FC25, but I mean like FC25, FC24, FIFA prior. It's so weird how on a day-to-day basis, you can literally go from playing good to playing bad, but the swing is dramatic. Like like whenever I've played other games, there's a general standard of skill. And if you make a conscious effort to get better, your general standard of skill will go up. And if you don't make a conscious effort to get better, you will either stay in a straight line or you'll decline a little bit because other people make a conscious effort to get better. But overall, you won't waver too far away from that general standard of skill. On FC25, one day I can play against anybody and feel like I'm going to win every game. And then the next day I can literally struggle to even score a goal. And I don't know what causes it. Because it's not like a small wavering. It's a ginormous waver. Whoa, what a kit that is. It's a ginormous wavering of like skill, like, I don't know. And it's weird. And so today I felt like I was playing good today. But sometimes I feel like I'm playing good and then I think, oh, what if I just matched up against guys with no hands? Do you know what I mean? What if I matched up against a Division 6 guy that's in Division 4 somehow or whatever, like, right? But to hear Viper be like, yeah, you was playing good. I was like, yeah, nice, I was playing good. Now, against my better judgment, I've done the 100 mixed players pack. And the reason why I was against my better judgment, because this is an insanely priced SBC. Off the back of EA requiring lots and lots and lots of 81, 82, 83 rated squads for things, but not giving us the capability to earn 81, 82, 83 rated players, these cards are going up in price now. So go check your clubs if you've got tradable cards, especially from the major leagues that are 81, 82, or 83 rated. They're selling for around 1,500 coins right now, maybe even 2,000. And as a byproduct of that, 84s have crept up a little bit as well. And I don't necessarily mind the fodder price rising. I'm gutted that I didn't invest in it, obviously, because I could have made a killing, could have doubled my coin bank overnight effectively. But this here is an 82 rated squad, which is now about 15,000 coins, an 82 rated squad with an inform, which is now about 25,000 coins, so 40,000 for those two, and then an 83 rated squad with an inform, which is also about 30,000 coins. So it's genuinely about like 65 to 70,000 coins for this pack in terms of fodder. But the reason why I've done it here is because it contains 25 bronzes. Not that I can get any of the Arsenal players out there because they're not in packs anymore. 30 rare silvers, of which I think there's 3 Arsenal women that could be in there. And then 25 common gold items and 20 rare gold items. Let's get an Arsenal player. We've got a walkout as well, which is quite nice. It's a goalkeeper. It's German from La Liga. It's going to be Marc-Andre ter Stegen. I think it was he 88 rated this year. I think I didn't even look. Oh, we get a double walkout. Let's go. It is. Wait, is that an icon thing there? I swear that looks like an icon, like bars coming up next to ter Stegen and whatnot there. I doubt there's an icon in here behind, but you never know. But a double 89 out of that. Do you know what? Oh, my days. Oh, that's good fodder. That is good fodder. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go and do the icon pack. 289s and 87 and 86. I've got those Odegaards and stuff as well. Come on, give me an Arsenal player, EA. Make it happen for me. Nice me, EA. Nice me. Come on. Make this the best pack I've had in the game this year. No Arsenal players. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? No Arsenal players. That is pretty savage. But it is what it is. I've got a Man United player in there. Let's get the tradable cards. Come on. Game's frozen, isn't it? Oh, there we go. Let's send all of this stuff up to the trade pile. I don't know if we'll get any coins for them, but it's not too bad. Guys, honestly, based off that fodder, I'm going to go and see. I'm going to see if I can squeeze the icon pack out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I can't lie. Those 89s will be a massive help. And the fact that in the SBC storage, we've got one Martin Odegaard, another 89, and of course we've got his gold card in the club as well. We've got a De Bruyne. We've got ter Stegen and Hegerberg. This squad we're going to be able to. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I might have to do this tomorrow with. I might have to do this tomorrow with rivals rewards as well. Damn, man. Look, it's oh my days. I will be able to do this one segment, but that doesn't really help anybody, does it? I might be able to do an 85 rated. Let's see how far we get along. I have a genuine feeling that I'm going to absolutely have to wait for rewards tomorrow. Right, so we're way overkill there. Odegaard can get saved. ter Stegen can get saved. That's nice. De Bruyne can get saved. No. Can we bring something else down a little bit, though? An 89 for an 87? No. That's going to be the cutoff, isn't it? Right there. That's a lot to submit, but we'll pop it in. We get a jumbo gold pack. Yeah, we can get rid of Karchawi. That's okay. I don't need to keep those cards, really. Let's rip this jumbo gold pack. Do we get anything of value here? Centre back. Sober 83. I'll list him up. I'll sell him on. Yeah, guys, I don't think we're actually going to have anywhere near enough fodder to complete it today for the icons. So we'll get that tomorrow with those rivals rewards, which would be quite nice. But for today, that's going to be the end of the video. There's nothing else for me to do at the moment for today. So thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.